back. So here's what we learned. We got on the phone with Felpro, and unfortunately, and I don't know why, I wasn't around in 71 when they decided to change 3 of the bolt patterns, the holes, to align differently. This block is prior to 71, according to Felpro. Now, the kit that we have, it's this kit right here. And this is a Felpro number 4510 PT. Now, this is known as a multi-kit. And as you see, that's for a later year. That one-piece gasket is the one and only they make for a 71 through 74 AMC 232 inline 6 motor, or whatever other 258 or whatever the other one was. The profiles changed in those years. So we have to use this original, this cheap, I like and appreciate one-piece gaskets. So we made sure all our alignment holes for these pins, all of them, are clean. Because when you're working with sealant, you want to be able to just strike and go. Don't want to be messing with this. Okay, there's a little bit of a ridge on there, but it's long enough, you're gonna pull that through. So, yeah, there's just some crustation on here. There we go. Yeah, just build up. Okay, everything else looks good. Okay, so we've already got this figured out. So we're going to set that down, okay? And we are going to, now some people will use an adhesive, like a weather strip adhesive, and I guess that's fine, but we're going to use our silicone. So again, we're going to inject that right there in the corner, okay? You're going to come around, do not get it in your holes. Come across right up to the hole. Like I said, just learn to control your bead. All right, actually, this does not go that far. This goes over here. What are you thinking, Jim? Okay. And then I'll just work this in. You want to make sure you get the back side of the bolt hole and not glob this on. You don't want a huge amount sticking out. And around the hole, you can just tamp it with your fingertip, okay? And just take a deep breath. Just be smooth about it. You have a little bit of working time. I mean, not a lot, but the longer you let this sit, then it starts to dry. And then you lose that bond. Okay, so show you what's going on here in the corner. Okay, I'm so used to the small blocks. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now set that right there. We are going to take a bead, going to smear it. See, we have these 2 sections here. I want to work around that. Okay, and just take a little bead right there. We're going to get our gasket, and we're going to set that down. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of swoosh this around, just jiggle that, and just work that gasket into the sealant. Now, we'll take our rear, where's our rear sealant? Where'd that go to? There she is. Okay, so this is our rear sealant, okay? And that goes like such. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some sealant under there. Okay. Just lift that up. Put a little bit on my fingertip. And just push that in there. And then work that down. That's got to stretch. And then you'll take another amount and put that right on the inside of the corner. Because I'm going to do the same thing with the pan. And then work a bead into there. Okay, get your finger in here and go all the way up to the main. And then the same thing here. Just like anything else, when you've done this plenty of times, you learn how to control. Work that in. Like I said, just tamping it helps it to stand up. You can also see if it's spread too thin and dry. Like I said, you don't want it extremely lumpy. And we're not going to mass the back of the gasket, where the gasket's going to go straight on here. Okay, work that in there. Okay, now we got our gasket. Be sure to leave your RTV sealant here, you know, before you button your pan up, okay?
Right here.
Okay, so you work that in, that's on there, and then I got to get a little bead underneath. Just get that tail out of the way. Push that down. So the pan's going to have to push this down. Then we get our front. Okay. So again, just make sure all the pins are in the hole. Push that. That one needed to be pushed in. And that's the other thing. Make sure everything is pushed in where it needs to be. Okay? That one is still fighting, but I have an idea. This one was the one we cleaned, and that's why it works. Okay. So, let me wipe my finger here. I'm going to take the flat part of our screwdriver, and we're just going to push that down. Yeah, that went in there better. Be nice if you had a little needle nose here to pull on that. Hey, you know what? Excuse me for a second. Hold that thought. Hang on. This is perfect. Let me get in there. Okay. So, don't break this. Just pull. There she goes. She's in there. Just kind of grab the tip, pull on that. There's like a little lock on it, or like around the perimeter, and that's how you can snap that into place. Now, the last thing to do is right here, smudge some of that RTV right on the hole, and then you're going to do the same right on top. Okay, right here. Right here. And then we shall get our pan, and we're going to smudge just a little bit here and here again, and on the front side. Okay, now we're back to where we last left off. All right, everything, nothing in the motor, everything's clean, ready to lock and seal this guy away. Okay, so make sure your fingers aren't greasy or contaminated. Gonna drop this straight down. Okay, all right, and then that, get our screwdriver, line up our holes. There we go. And this one, the gasket just needed, the pan is lined. We just needed to straighten out the gasket. I'm good there. Here. We're looking good.
Yep.
All the way around. Now, let's follow back and get these guys started. While we're doing all 124 of these bolts, we'll hook up with you in just a moment. All right, why don't you put that camera down and let's start driving these, setting these screws and bolts in place, okay? Now, of course, when you start this motor, this thing's going to heat up, and yeah, your gaskets can shrink. You'll go ahead and touch them up. And the last thing we're going to do before we turn this baby over, and you can put the same Teflon on the sealant here, I mean on the threads, but we're going to get, let's see, where are those? Those were over here somewhere, I think. We need to get a gasket on here. Anyways, let's, while I'm looking for that, why don't you take a break, and I'm going to flip this motor over, and we're going to finish up installing the water pump and installing the thermo and bolting this on. And I got a bolt on the way that we measured, a 1/2-20, and it is just almost 1.6 inches in length. So it's just over a half. And we've got another bolt we're going to use to install, or our kit. Okay, once we drive that in and we bottom out, then we can put on our bolt. For a half, I would say we're probably going to be closer to 85. It'll show you in the on the ARP. There's a little piece of white paper that's folded. You'll see on the back, and we'll use ARP lube. We're going to use that on the threads. We're going to use that behind the head. Okay, right here, and on the threads. That's all you need. And then we're going to torque that. Okay, so let's find our gaskets, and we'll see. All right, so our drain plug. You can see we happen to have a kit and assortment, and this one here is beveled each side. Okay, see how that's rounded off? This is brass or copper. This is going to squeeze. And then we've got just a touch of Teflon, and just put that in partially, back it out, just work it in the threads. And we're going to, believe it or not, set this with a wrench and a socket rather than a torque wrench. All you got to do is just get that on snug enough to where you start to cross the seal. Bam! That's it. All right, let's roll this baby over. You want your nuts there.
Drink your booze. What's the matter with you? Quit giving away the fine print.
Hey, what's the idea?
Shut up. Now smarten up, you two. Or have you forgotten there's a bunch of little kids counting on us? And we've only got 27 days left to raise that dough.
Hey, Bub, your trousers are falling down. Let me help you.
Let's come around to the front, shall we? Oh, we straightened this out and painted it. Okay, the little seal here was still in good shape. Look at that, how that just locks in place like it should. Okay, so see how nice and detailed that is? Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so we have our water pump. We know we have the correct one. And our gasket, I think, is over yonder. Okay, we're going to do the same thing where we're going to use the Teflon in the corner. Okay, see? We're going to change the direction. So no, we're not. Okay, so we got that. And let me get over here. Here it is on the table. Imagine that. Our table awaiting its installation. Who would have thought? RTV, Permatex, nylon. Okay. I just got to go through and select our bolts. These are 1 inch, but that's too short. I've got some singles over here. So what I am going to do, need some more real estate. Set that over here. That's right there. Select my bolts. I think I need one long those. Okay, over here. Yes, that's the right length, but I think that's 5/16. I'm not sure. That is water neck. Yep, 5/16. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. There's our 5/16. And bam, bam. So that's one. And these are flanged, so I don't need the washers. Now I need a shorter one. And I want the matching head. These heads are not all the same. Some of them are a wide flange like this. So that's 3/8. Here we go. See, heads match. Boom, there you go. So that's that. And then our gasket is right here. Get that out. And our, let's see, that is our cap, I think, for the oil. Here it is, right here. Get this out. That's for the valve covers. That's our valve cover gasket. Okay, so we have all this laid out. Okay, so that guy will go right there. Stay. Okay, he's behaving. All right, then I got to get my sealant again. You know what? Wish I had a cardboard I can lay this on and just smear this. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. Uh-oh, I broke it. They actually have one that's gray for thermostats. You know?
The that sealant you got that you're using?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'll match it all. Okay. Yep. That's a good. That's it. Double check. That guy goes up. And that is for right there. It goes up. And that goes in that direction. See that profile there?
Mm-hmm.
because I am honestly not sure, but I'm looking at how everything is directed. Okay, so I'm going to seal this. I'll just get the around the perimeter here. Just make sure that's evenly distributed. I'm not missing any areas. Okay. Yes. Yes. Which is so obvious. Okay. Now, that means that I can take, I'll just smear a little bit right here around the perimeter. Again, you don't want a lot. You don't want to glob it on here.
Right.
And since I already got the other surface, I am just skimming this over, just so it bites upon itself. Okay, so that's done. All right, now I got my bolts. I just need this. That's one. Ooh, look at that. So slick. And you put your ARP lube right behind the head. No, you don't need it. Oh gosh. It's the age and the mileage. Okay, so put her right there. Okay. We'll clock that for aesthetics, huh? And we're gonna get one of our bolts here. Just twist that coming through. Make sure we're perfectly aligned. And then just start our bolt. So that guy started. And then we get our other one here. Okay. Off, and then that's on, and then again get our manual torque wrench, and again you don't and do them evenly. You don't want to get, oh geez, you missed paint right here. You don't want to put stainless steel on dry. That's all. That's all there is about that. That's all I gotta say about that. What's all this crap in here? I'm just kidding. That's not funny at this point. Okay, so that's on. Now we get our water pump. And we've already checked the water pump. Everything clears. Everything's fine. There's our hole right up here. That guy goes right there. So what we can do is take this, all right, we'll get our gobbledygook on over here. Just be neat, be patient, take the time, make the effort. I see people, I take engines apart and they've got this crap all over the place. Little bit too excessive. All right, we've got that all the way around. Okay, it's a little thin there. Yeah, and just tamp that. And then usually the punched out side, the smooth side, that's your top side. That goes outward. There is a slight degree difference. Okay. To line up, all the holes to lining up. Okay. We're gonna get this greased, and then we're gonna get our bolts greased, get everything ready to go, and send this baby home. You know, the one thing that's unfortunate, we've become a dying, well, it's fortunate for us, but on the other hand, we've become a dying breed, so we're overwhelmed. Can't find anybody who wants to work these days. In addition to that, they're not even craftsmen, they don't understand, or some of the younger guys we've heard, no, it's too old, you can't fix it, and there's no no computer port to plug in my laptop. Yeah, this is a bygone era from some people, but we're here to keep these old birds alive and well, and we love every minute of it. Yeah. Okay, so there's that, and now those are 5/16, and I know I had some 5/16. Shoot, I should have had them ready. See, I need 4 of them. Water pump bolts. So 1 inch is all they need to be. So we have to go into our inventory and dig them up. Okay, that's 3/8. Here we go, 5/16. And I found them. That's a 3/4. We need a 6/13 is what we need. There's a 16-1. Okay, let's double check this. Wait a minute, that's 3/8. What the hell? We need the 12. Here we go. Yeah, the 12-1 and a 12-5. Okay, so we got a 3/4 and a 1 inch. I'm looking at the 1 inch, and boy, does that go in. So 3/4 is it, because we're not going to use the washers that come with this. No need to, because it's flanged. Unfortunately, they don't make a one in between. Otherwise, I'd use that. And besides, I don't want too much protrusion in the water jacket, and these only go in so far. They're not through holes. Okay. So we got this. We got that. Make sure everything's lined up. And anytime you're doing a motor build, guys, always be sure to use fresh parts. I mean, come on. I've seen people, like on YouTube, oh, it hasn't ran in 100 years. Let's see if it runs. Dude, you have no idea what's inside. And 9.9 times out of 10, it's wasted inside. It's rusted. I mean, it's just hell on earth. And you're going to turn that over and do more damage. And in this respect, you're going to reuse old parts, exchangeable parts like batteries, spark plugs, things of that nature. And you're going to get everything together and you're going to run it. And all of a sudden, whammo, seal's no good. It's leaking like a sieve. You know, things of that nature. So, yeah, I've got a good 3/8 easy of thread, and that's not even crushed. So that's plenty of thread. So I got one more. Oh, I gotta order another of these. I spent the whole morning researching and ordering parts and supplies. And yesterday, $1,100 for fasteners. Not this kind of stuff. I mean, this stuff. Grade 8 bolts and things of that nature.
Yeah.
All right. God, I wish we had that chrome valve cover. All right. So yeah, this isn't a custom race show engine or anything along those lines, but you have to admit, just look at this thing. Look at her. Just look at her. She's just gorgeous. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay. All right. Besides this gentleman, he's a little older. Provided he takes good care of this engine is going to outlast him. Unless he lives to be 120. Well, I found it. If it was a snake, it'd bite me. Here she is. Like I said, the chrome one is going to look so much nicer. We have that coming in. Again, head screwed up. And then I've got that right there. Let's make sure this even works. Yep, it does. We're going to leave that on there to keep dust free. And then that's it. That's our AMC 68-ish 232 inline 6 motor. So until next time, we'd like to thank you for watching and tuning in to American Garage TV, home of Jim's Speed Shop and Restoration, Lawrenceville, Georgia. And again, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for upcoming other episodes.